Let's talk about the calendar in Brightspace, which is actually a really good tool to use. I've inserted this little, widget on the front page here that will list like abbreviated items in the calendar. You can click on any one of these things, and what it does is it takes you to the course schedule. You can see that up here. What I suggest doing, though, is to click on just this word calendar, because it brings you to an interface that has many ways to view the calendar. So there's the obvious day, week, month, which are pretty straightforward. I find that students like to use the list view, or they like to use the agenda view. I personally like the agenda view. Down here, by default, it lists your items by category, which makes no sense. You want to list your items by date. So the best ways to use the calendar are agenda or list. Other than that, I find that students like the day or the week. But always be sure down here that you're using these buttons to sort it in the right way that makes sense to you. So this calendar should replicate everything that's in the course outline calendar. So if we scroll down, we can see that the next due date that we have has a Chapter 1 graded quiz and Bones 1 graded quiz. If I click on either of these, it will take me to the quiz, and I can do the quiz. You should check the course outline for rules about graded quizzes, because there's a practice quiz associated with each one. I do not designate due dates for the practice quizzes, because they are not required in your grade. Only the graded quiz is. Please note that for Bones quizzes, you just have to have your first attempt by the due date. You can continue taking it, trying to get the highest grade you can get. So that's June 1st. Take a look at June 2nd. There's another quiz and another Bones quiz. Oh, look at this. This Bones quiz actually has a little note on it that says this is about stick bones, which takes you to the folder of stick bones. If we scroll down, there's another due date on June 3rd, and that's a graded quiz as well, and a Bones quiz, and a discussion. Notice how the discussion is listed twice here in the agenda. Why is that? Because students use the calendar and view it in many different ways. So for me to be sure that this discussion is viewing in the calendar for everybody, regardless of the buttons that you chose up top, I have to list the discussion's availability, when it starts and when it ends, and you can see that down here. But I also have to list the discussion's due date, which is different than the discussion's availability. This is just a quirk of Brightspace, but I just wanted to let you know that it will be listed twice here in the agenda. Now, if I keep going, I'll see some things that I've seen before, like a discussion, quizzes, bone quizzes. Why are the due dates scattered the way that they are? Well, I know that not everybody can complete a module in 3 days, especially if you work 3 overnights and extended shifts in those days. So there are some students that need a week in terms of a rotation, and these due dates allow you to do that. In the past, I used to make chapters 1, 2, 3 all due on the same day. 5, 6, 10 all due on the same day. And of course, the very last chapter of each rotation would have very bad work by students. So that's why our due dates are scattered Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And this allows you to say, I need to complete chapter 1 on this day, I need to complete chapter 2 on this day, I need to complete chapter 3 on this day. The due dates are scattered Thursday, Friday, and Saturday because those are the days on which you are most likely to have communication from me by email. I don't answer emails on Sundays. I mean, sometimes I do in the morning, but that's not a guarantee. I'm just letting you know. So that's why the due dates are where they are.